Housing and Urban Development Secretary Ben Carson, whoa, he was grilled. He was goaded, I should say, on the Hill yesterday. Watch this.
Amway.
Amway?
Amway. Come on, Mr. Secretary. Now, I asked you this when you were here last year, and you asked me to be nice to you, and you turned to your staff, Amway, and you have an Amway director. And we wrote you a letter about it, and Amway, Office of Minority Women and Inclusion.
Whoa, no, hold on a second. We'll get to the Secretary in a moment, but that wasn't all from yesterday. Check out this exchange.
I'd also like you to get back to me, if you don't mind, to explain the disparity in REO rates. Do you know what an REO is?
An Oreo?
No, not an Oreo. An REO. REO.
Real estate?
What's the O stand for?
E-organization?
Owned. Real estate owned. That's what happens when a property goes to foreclosure. We call it an REO.
I would like to remind our viewers who may not know that Ben Carson was, before he went into politics, one of, if not the best, brain surgeon in the world. And they were talking down to him. Ben Carson himself is with us now. Would you respond to all of this, please, sir?
Yes, it was. First of all, it was 3.5 hours of testimony. So you can see that some of the networks are only interested in those kinds of sound bites that they can use to ridicule. You know, the fact of the matter is I was having difficulty hearing her.
Yeah.
And, of course, I'm very familiar with foreclosed properties and with REOs, have read extensively about them, knew about them even as a teenager. There was a lot of blighted areas in Detroit where I grew up. But what is interesting is that, you know, when a family gets into a problem with their mortgage and it's backed by our agency, we go through a lot of procedures with the banks to make sure that they don't get foreclosed upon. In a few cases where they do, obviously we're able to sell those properties very quickly. And the REO portfolio, just over the last 10 years, has dramatically decreased by tenfold. Yeah. You know, 65,000 down to 6,500. So I suspect when Katie Porter was an expert in this area, things were very different. That's why I invited her to speak with our staff that deals with these so they can bring her up to date. Yeah. Maybe she would then be able to understand what's going on.
I think they were just having a go at you, Mr. Secretary. Now, also at the hearing yesterday, you were accused of favoring Americans over illegals in public housing. I just want the audience to see this. Roll that tape, please.
The D in HUD does not stand for deportation. I'm afraid that a recent proposal of yours will bring nothing but despair. I find it despicable. This is a horrible plan. You will rip apart families and be throwing children onto the street. What is your plan to take care of them?
Well, if you read the rule carefully, you will see that it provides a 6-month deferral on request if they have not found another place to live. And that can be renewed 2 times for a total of 18 months, which is plenty of time for Congress to engage in comprehensive immigration reform.
Again, Mr. Secretary, your response.
Well, you know, we have an obligation to follow the law. And Section 214 of the Housing and Community Development Act of 1980 says specifically that the HUD Secretary may not support housing for people who are not here legally. So what they're asking me to do is violate the law. They have the ability to change the law. Well, but what's really interesting is how they try to make this emotional argument about children. These are the same people who are for late-term abortions, who take a child who is viable outside of the womb and are willing to slaughter them. Now tell me, how is that consistent?
I can't answer your question. I'm just appalled at this attempt to just get at you and talk down to a man of such accomplishment of you, as you. I'm almost out of time, Mr. Secretary, but I'm glad you were on the show to refute that rudeness that I saw so obviously yesterday. Last word to you, sir.
If you read Saul Alinsky's Rules for Radicals, you can see exactly what they're doing. Look at Rule 5 and Rule 13. They don't even know that they're being used.
Fascinating. Mr. Secretary, thank you very much for being on the show. Always appreciated. Thank you, sir.